Hello everyone. Today we are going to present a brief presentation on nucleosome model of chromosome. The nucleosome is the fundamental subunit of chromatin. A nucleosome is the basic structural unit of DNA packaging in eukaryotes. Now really the DNA need to pack or fold in the nucleus? Yes, DNA must be compacted into nucleosomes to fit within the cell nucleus. In addition to nucleosome wrapping, eukaryotic chromatin is further compacted by being folded into a series of more complex structures, eventually forming a chromosome. A diploid human cell contains approximately 6.4 billion base pairs. The 6.4 billion base pair will constitute a total length of about 2.2 meter DNA strand. The total length of DNA strand of a single human cell is approximately 2.2 meter long. The size of nucleus in which the chromatin is situated is about 10 micrometer in diameter. Thus it is evident that the 2.2 meter long DNA should fold several times to fit in the nucleus of 10 micrometer diameter. The exact nature of the pattern of folding DNA strand in the nucleus discloses the organization of genetic material in the cell. DNA in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells associated with many proteins. In fact, the compact folding and packaging of DNA is facilitated by many proteins which physically interact with DNA. DNA in the nucleus of eukaryotic cells is associated with many proteins. In fact, the compact folding and packing of DNA is facilitated by many proteins which physically interact with DNA. The exact nature of the folding pattern of DNA and its association with proteins were a highly debated topic. There are several models. The DNA and associated proteins are together called as the chromatin. The protein components of chromosome are grouped into two categories: histone proteins and non-histone proteins. DNA in eukaryotes are associated with histone proteins. Now, what is histone protein? Histones are the basic proteins, which means they are positively charged, which contain very large amount of basic amino acids such as lysine and arginine. Lysine and arginine are basic amino acids since their side chain contains additional amino groups which can accept protons to form NH3+. The amino acid sequence of histone proteins are highly conserved among organisms. Histones are the chief protein components of chromatin, acting as spools around which DNA wind and playing a role in gene regulation. Now, types of histone proteins. There are 5 major families of histone: H1, H5, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Histones H2A, H2B, H3 and H4 are known as the core histones, while H1 and H5 are known as linker histones. What are the functions of histone proteins? Histone proteins compact the DNA strands. Histones act as spools around which DNA winds. That enables the compaction necessary to fit the large genomes of eukaryotes inside cell nuclei. The compacted molecule is 40,000 times shorter than an unpacked molecule. Histones undergo post-translational modifications that after their interaction with DNA and nuclear proteins. The H3 and H4 histones have long tails protruding from the nucleosome, which can be covalently modified at several places. Modifications of the tail include methylation, acetylation, phosphorylation, and ADP ribosylation. The core of the histones H2A and H2B can also be modified. Combinations of modifications are thought to constitute a code, the so-called histone code. Histone modification act in diverse biological processes such as gene regulation, DNA repair, chromosome condensation, and spermatogenesis. There are several models which stated the organization of genetic material of a eukaryotic cell, but among all of them, the more accepted model of chromosome is nucleosome model. Roger Kornberg proposed that DNA and histone were organized into repeated unit called nucleosome, Nucleosomes were first observed as particles in the electron microscope by Don and Ada Ollins in 1974, and their existence and structure as histone octamers surrounded by approximately 200 base pairs of DNA were proposed by Roger Kornberg. He proposed that each nucleosome is composed of a little less than 2 tons of DNA wrapped around a set of 8 proteins called histones, which are known as a histone octamer. Each histone octamer is composed of 2 copies of each of the histone proteins, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. The nucleosome core particle consists of approximately 146 base pair of DNA wrapped in 1.67 left-handed superhelical turns around the histone octamer, consisting of 2 copies each of the core histones, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Core particles are connected by stretches of linker DNA, which can be up to about 80 base pair long. Technically, a nucleosome is defined as the core particle plus one of these linker regions. Linker histones such as H1 and its isoforms are involved in chromatin compaction and sit all the base of the nucleosome near the DNA entry and exist binding to the linker region of the DNA. Non-condensed nucleosomes without the linker histone resemble beads on a string of DNA under an electron microscope. Now, what is the solenoid model of nucleosomes? According to this model, the 10 nanometer fiber of nucleosomes gets coiled upon itself to form a 30 nanometer wide helix. DNA in the nucleus is wrapped around nucleosomes, which are histone octamers, formed a core histone proteins, 2 histone H2A, H2B dimers, 2 histone H3 proteins and 2 histone H4 proteins. The primary chromatin structure, the least packed form, is the 10 nanometer of beads on the string form, where DNA is wrapped around nucleosomes at relatively regular intervals. Now, histone H1 protein binds to the site where DNA enters and exists with the nucleosome, wrapping 147 base pairs around the histone core and stabilizing the nucleosomes. This structure is called chromatosome. In the solenoid structure, the nucleosomes fold up and stack, forming a helix. They are connected by bent linker DNA, which position sequential nucleosomes adjacent to one another in the helix. The nucleosomes are positioned with the histone H1 proteins facing toward the center, where they form a polymer, which is about the same diameter as a nucleosome. There are approximately 6 nucleosomes in each turn of the helix. More recent electron microscopy images have been able to define the dimensions of solenoid structures and identified it as a left-handed helix. The structure of solenoids are insensitive to changes in the length of the linker DNA. This model is based on the zigzag pattern of nucleosomes formed upon H1 addition. This is the image of a solenoid model of nucleosomes. You can see there a zigzag formation of nucleosome. Now, the further compaction of DNA involves large loops of nucleosomal DNA. The packaging of DNA into nucleosome and the 30 nanometer fiber results in the compaction of the linear length of the DNA approximately 40-fold. But this is still insufficient to fit 1 to 2 meters of DNA into a nucleus approximately 10 to the power minus 5 meters across. Additional folding of the 30 nanometer fiber is required to compact the DNA further, in total giving rise to nuclear scaffold. Now, what is the structural scaffold in chromosomes? Chromosome is a bigger structure which arises due to compaction of chromatin fibers. Thus, this compaction needs some proteins to hold them firmly. For this task, cells utilize some non-histone proteins which provide a scaffold or a framework for chromosome formation. The chromatin fibers contain some special sequences which bind to the scaffold, and they are called the scaffold associated regions, and they have various functions. They bind to the scaffold structure, aiding the chromosome assembly. As a result, the DNA is now coiled in many dimensions to give you the classical chromosome structure. Chromatin is formed by further coiling of nucleosomes in irregular spiral or solenoid arrangement. They coil so that every single turn we get 6 nucleosomes. Thus, the diameter becomes 30 nanometer. That means per single turn 6 nucleosomes. Have you noted that during octamer formation, an H1 does not participate? Then what does it do? It acts outside the octamer. That is, it helps to stick the DNA wrapped around the octamer firmly. It plays major role in stabilizing the solenoid coiling. The region of DNA involved in active transcription is found as loose chromatin fiber. The region of DNA not in transcriptional phase is found as highly condensed chromatin. Now this is the model for the packing of chromatin. Model of the packing of chromatin and the chromosome. Chromosome scaffold in metaphase chromosome. In interphase chromosomes, long stretches of 30 nanometer chromatin loop out from extended scaffolds. In metaphase chromosomes, the scaffold is folded further into a highly compacted structure whose precise geometry has not been determined. The chromatin coiling is complete and chromosome is found first during metaphase. This is the metaphase chromosome. This is the structure of a metaphase chromosome. Thus, all scientific study on chromosomes is based on studies of metaphase chromosome. The chromatin fibers which are visible during metaphase are the duplicated structure during S phase of the cell cycle. Thus, each chromosome consists of 2 sister chromatids. These chromatids are attached at the centromere. We can see them under microscope. We discussed at our previous presentation. We know that. Now this is how the 2 meter long DNA form a metaphase chromosome. This is for today. Thank you. If you like our content, then please share our content, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you. Have a good day.